see this night. People who loved her so much, and I was one of them. I fell in love with her the moment I put that needle down on the vinyl.
Yes.
I heard that haunting imagery, that beautiful music, that beautiful sexy little girl voice, sexy mama voice, which had soul in its DNA, her inimitable piano style. I said, where the hell did this come from? Where did it come from? It was just unbelievable, this mix. She was born in the Bronx to a jazz trumpeter who also tuned piano, and a mother who played her everything from Ravel to Ray Charles. And she read poetry like a maniac, and she was a passionate composer of songs. In fact, she wrote her first song when she was 8. And of course, she went to the Manhattan's High School of Music and Art, but she cut classes, and instead she took her school on the street. And she absorbed all the sounds of the streets. She absorbed sounds from everyone she ever heard: Coltrane, Miles, Curtis Mayfield, Martha and the Vandellas, the Shirelles, Pete Seeger. I mean, whoever crossed her path became part of her life. During interviews, she used to talk about how she and her friends would run down to the subway and sing in the stairwells for untold hours. And I don't have to tell you that after I heard that, I ran to the subway, which of course I personally would never be caught dead in, and sat in the subway looking for that echo myself. I didn't have much luck, but listen, by the time she was 17, she had already written the classic "And When I Die," which was a hit for Peter, Paul, and Mary and Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And all through the late 60s and the 70s, she wrote songs that were hits for so many well-known artists: Wedding Bell Blues, Blowin' Away, Stony End, Time and Love, Save the Country, Stone Soul Picnic, Sweet Blindness. All these songs were hits, major hits for other artists, and they sold in the millions. And her own records, like Eli and the 13th Confession, New York Tend to Bury, Christmas and the Beads of Sweat. People used to line up outside Sam Goody's and wait for hours for that record to show up. She also recorded one of the best cover albums in the history of pop music, in my humble opinion, Gonna Take a Miracle, which she recorded in Philadelphia with her beloved Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff, with LaBelle singing backgrounds. What a fabulous record that was. She influenced so many musicians: Ricky Lee Jones, Elton John, Phoebe Snow, Kanye West, Todd Rundgren, Suzanne Vega, Elvis Costello, Barry Manilow, Joni Mitchell, and of course every background singer that ever crossed my path. But you know, when I think of her, when I think of Laura, I think of her so often because I live in New York City, and to me, she was the very essence of New York City. Really, not in the gritty, real sense, but in the passionate, romantic, ethereal, eternal sense. She would take the most ordinary people in the most ordinary situations and spin them into